Welcome to the DocuSign CLM with Salesforce integration Accelerator video. To begin our discussion, it's best to understand how the CLM fits within the DocuSign Agreement Cloud. The Agreement Cloud has 4 phases of preparation, signing, acting on the signed agreement, and then managing the agreement. Now, the CLM, the C in CLM doesn't have to be contract. It can be content. And for that, content is managed. So in a way, the CLM is a document management system, but it has so much more. The Accelerator capitalizes on what the raw CLM offers and provides out-of-the-box functionality that clients can use within a morning or an afternoon of configuration. And before we can get to configuration, let's actually understand the core features of a CLM. So the diagram here, or the drawing, is going to cover all the different facets of what a CLM is. And I said it was a document management system, but it's so much more. And as you can see with these different boxes on our shelves here, the CLM encompasses all of these features to provide a robust system. So with all these features that a CLM offers, how do we build the Accelerator? How can we make it better for the user, even though all this wealth of possibilities for a document management system with all those other boxes on the shelves is available? Well, we build it complexly simple. Wait, what? Complexly simple? Yes. We are going to be the single source of truth. We are going to cover all of these different features and functionalities with the Accelerator with Salesforce integration to boot. We're going to keep it simple but yet complex because we're going to use a hub and spoke model where everything centers around the individual who made the request. That has been our experience. That has been what the clients seek, and we have built it. We have built it to meet their needs, not only in the 80-20 rule, but the 90-10 rule. So 90-10, this is built, but is it hard-coded? Are they locked in? No. It's completely extensible. It can grow with their needs, and it is scalable, maintainable, and supportable. So we've talked about the backstory. Now let's see what this Accelerator can actually do for us. Here we have a simple account inside a Salesforce org, and what we're going to notice here first is this list view, which doesn't have any information in it yet. So let's go ahead and let's click our Generate Document button. Now, the user is brought to a flow, and it's completely scalable. So this drop down, this pick list, is populated by the custom object, which contains the documents that are available for the user. So let's do an MSA. Let's go ahead and let's generate. Now what happens is the user is ported into their CLM environment. We're actually setting up not only the workflow, but the generation of the document, the application of metadata, and in a dev environment, 42 seconds, the user is redirected to this task that has been created inside the CLM. If we head back into the Salesforce environment, we are going to see that we now have where this document is. We have a hot link to the document inside the CLM. We have additional metadata here. This is fully modifiable. But out of the box, you get this. And for the most part, it's probably good enough. But again, modifiable depending on the requirements. So back over into our CLM world, we noticed that a little AI got kicked off. Okay, well, what was that AI? Well, it's a summary. And let's take a look now at our tasks, which are super important. It's going to give us our workflows that this document can be routed for. Okay, so this is an example of generating this document, and we can put it through its paces. But I don't think we need to really review that at this time. I want to shift to the AI feature that is now part of our Accelerator. So we're going to do something a little different here. We're going to generate our document, and we're going to do a third-party paper upload. Now, what is third-party paper? It effectively is paper or an agreement or a contract that is not from within the company itself. So here we are uploading one agreement. We could upload many agreements if we chose to enable that. So this is scalable architecture. So while this document is uploaded to the server, some metadata has been applied. We see it's a little quicker response here because there's no document generation happening. And the user, again, is redirected to the document that was uploaded. Okay, that's great. And now as we look at our instructions, which are all customizable via the settings, we can now send it for legal review per the instructions. So that analysis complete, again, that was just the summary. That is not a full bore send to the LLM and extract the data. And for the requester, this is the experience they're getting. A little Salesforce styling here. This is using the Salesforce design library of the CSS. And we're going to head back here and we're going to refresh, and we're going to see that we have a third-party paper upload. Well, let's take a little look here of what's going on with what we see in the grid view. We know that it's tracking the document, and if we refresh and it gets to legal, it's changed to know that it's the legal stage. That's wonderful. I don't have to leave Salesforce. And that is plain as day, right in the eyes of the rep. But what else is going on? Well, let's drill into this a little bit. This is the custom object and the record that gets entered via the flow. Well, this is tracking the history of the steps. We see we're in legal review with the path, and we have the full history of what's been changed from where to where. So the sales rep can see where something is stuck. All of that's exposed. There's no hiddenness here when you jump between systems. So great. Let's head back and let's go back to our account. And now we see we're in legal. Now behind the scenes, emails have been sent. And as a legal user, I can get into my CLM instance. But let's say legal's pretty good with Salesforce. They know that Burlington's in play. There's an agreement or something that needs to be reviewed. They're going to come in here and they can very easily click to get in to the agreement. Now, I'm also part of the legal team here. I wear a lot of hats, but you can see I've entered into the legal review task. If I wanted to look at the summary, I could read the summary. Oh, okay, this is great. This is helping me. Wonderful. But I really want to say, there's some additional things in this document we need to really take a look at. Let's analyze that with artificial intelligence, which NLP and LLM, natural language processing and large language models. So what's going to happen here? Well, the workflow, pre-baked I might add, is going to send this off to the large language model that DocuSign has. Now DocuSign is processing this behind the scenes, and it's very possible that it might not be the quickest process, but if we hang here, well, look, it just came back. So there's 26 fields that it looked at. The core is about 18 to 20, but the other fields are some that we've added from one of our custom attribute groups that comes out of the box, one of our 5. Now this pop-up is DocuSign's. I have no control over it, so we'll just close that for now. But here is DocuSign's approach to how it's plucking the pieces of information out and making a call, making a judgment call. I still firmly recommend the human in the loop, But as this gets better and better over time, it'll get intriguing to see how that goes. So as we go through, we can click and we can find our way through this to say, okay, where is this information coming from? Oh, look, it got the effective date based on the date of the sign. We can see the party signed. And this doesn't have to be legal. This could be a contract manager. This could be, again, depends on the business. So for now, we're saying legal. It all is customizable. We don't have any auto renewals at this time, so we'll get rid of that for now. And we're going to basically just start to accept some things, because you can see here that with the yes nos, and this is DocuSign. This is DocuSign's approach. They have pre-canned attributes, metadata about documents that they feel they've seen in their business, and this is what is happening. We can't customize this yet. I think that might come in the future, but this is their approach at this time to allowing us to find out what has gone on this document. So we're going to accept. We're going to finish this up. Now, I mentioned some of our own custom, and here it is, signature details. That's ours. That's not DocuSign's. Now, in this case, the agreement's already been signed. So we really don't need to know about signature details. However, maybe what we would want to do is actually go to the bottom, get the information, and pluck that in. Okay? And we could do that. But we're going to complete this now. And now the metadata has been updated and added in to the CLM. After this is done, it comes straight back to me as legal because I completed my review, or the CLM did. I can go back and take a look at things again if I wanted to, but in this case, I'm pretty good. I think I got what I needed. I think we're acceptable for this. I could put a comment in. All of this is being tracked for the history, etc. And now we're going to route this back to the requester to finish up what needs to be finished up. But before it can get there, we have already pre-baked into the workflow if this document should ever be sent out for signature. Well, it's already been signed. So no, we do not want to be able to have that sent out. So we've already baked that in. So we're going to close it up or say we're all set. Now we're legal and we live in the CLM. So we won't generally see the, hey, you're done with your task type of a thing. And because, again, I wear many hats, it came right back to the requester. But let's take a look at our Salesforce and let's see if we've got an update. And sure enough, we do. That moved through. Okay. We have metadata on the Salesforce side. We have all that baked into this unmanaged package, in effect, that can be set up and configured in a morning or an afternoon. This is tightly coupled with what is happening on the CLM side. And on the CLM side, all those workflows are accounted for, pre-baked, ready to go, with, again, the sending of the signals and the data back into Salesforce. So with this Accelerator, we have soup to nuts, beginning to end, covered the majority, 90-10, of the use cases that someone is going to use a CLM for. This integration between Salesforce and DocuSign CLM, bundled up with our Accelerator, provides a competitive offering to get a client up and running extremely quickly and addressing the 90-10 of use cases with still a fully customizable application architecture. Thanks.